Hello, everybody! I'm Ramsis.
And I'm TheVespor.
And we're here for another edition of Vesper's Retro Reviews, our 16-bit wrestling retrospective. That's right, we are back for another one, and I think it's going to be a better game than we've been showing you lately, because now we're up to WWF Royal Rumble, the Super Nintendo version. And yes, again, we are going to have to show you both versions, because there are differences. Not as many differences as in WWF Super WrestleMania, but enough that it is worth showing you both versions of this game. And it's also good to compare which plays better, so it's a good reason to do that as well. But we are going to start out with the Super Nintendo version of WWF Royal Rumble. And of course, as always, we're going to give you a little bit of history on it. Hold on, everybody. So, WWF Royal Rumble, released once again by LJN Acclaim. Yep, both those companies were one company at this point. In June of 1993 for the Super Nintendo. We'll give you the Genesis information when we get to that point. And pretty much it is a direct follow-up to the already reviewed WWF Super WrestleMania, also made by LJN/Acclaim on the Super Nintendo. This one is just really a more finished version of that game, I would say. It's really the same thing. They just added a few extra bells and whistles, and of course the rosters are different.
Now, some of the things they added to this game is the actual meter above the wrestlers. When you grapple, you can actually see who is winning for once, instead of just looking who's left or right. They also included steel chairs that could be used as weapons. They also added in a variety of special moves that each character can do, you know, their finishing moves. They also included illegal moves like choking and some other things, but overall, it's just a much better, a more polished version of the original game. But it's still held back by the same problems of the first, and the fact that everybody has the exact same moves except for their finishing moves.
Yeah, that's the sad part. You know, oh, it's cool. They added in the special finishers, because remember, only the Genesis version of Super WrestleMania had that, but even that was like hard to pull off, and it was different buttons. This one simplified the way to do it, but that's the only difference. Everyone else acts exactly the same. It doesn't matter if you're Yokozuna or Bret Hart. You're going to do the same exact moves, except for your signature finishing move, which is disappointing, because I would like to think 2 years later we can do a little better than that, but no, it's pretty much just a revised version of the same game. But I think this one is a little better. From what I remember, I played all three of the LJN Acclaim games on Super Nintendo Genesis, so I know they do get better and better. This one is definitely better than Super WrestleMania, but how much better? Well, that's what you're here to find out. So what we're going to do is play all modes of the Super Nintendo version. We're going to play just a little bit of the Genesis just to show the differences, because we'll show you exactly what's in the Super Nintendo. Pretty much the games have the same exact modes. And the new mode is, Vesper, can you guess what new mode they added to WWF Royal Rumble? What new mode did they add to a game called that?
They would add Royal Rumble.
That's right. So everyone, the Royal Rumble is now in this game, which means you select one of the wrestlers and you have to throw out all the other wrestlers. That's the Royal Rumble.
Otherwise, the other modes are the same.
Yeah, and that's really all there is to say on this game. You know, sometimes we have a lot to say, but it's WWF Super WrestleMania with the Royal Rumble mode, finishing moves, and a meter, and that's it. That is really the only difference that you need to know. But we are doing a full retrospective where we're looking at all the 16-bit wrestling games, and we have a list of 12, and now we're up to WWF Royal Rumble, Super Nintendo, and then we'll get to the Genesis. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and of course, I do have to remind you something very important. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
ring that bell,
as we have a lot more, fortunately or unfortunately, we'll see how this goes, a lot more 16-bit wrestling games to get through here on Wrestling Retro Review. So hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, we love wrestling here, and here we go. Let's get back to it.
So as you can see right here, there's already a lot of differences with the game, and the fact that it's no longer just one-on-one or tag team, it's now triple tag team.
That's right. So now you can do 3-on-3, which is cool. So 1-on-1, regular exhibition. Tag team, that's just 2-on-2. Triple tag team, 3-on-3. Royal Rumble, we just explained that. One man starts, you got to throw everyone out, last one in the ring wins. So that's really it, unfortunately. You know, you like to think, oh, are they going to add some cool options? Nope, this is really it. You get 4 different gameplay modes, and we're just going to show you all 4, and then again, we'll dabble in the Genesis. So first thing we're going to do is click 1-on-1, and that way we can show you the entire roster, play some of the themes. Vesper likes to hear the themes, I like to hear the themes. That's what you're here for. You want to hear those cool wrestling themes in 16-bit renditions, and well, Here we go, 1-on-1. All right, so you can do 1 player or 2 player. We're gonna do 1 player. It'll be me, Ramsis, playing it. I got volunteered into doing this fun. And now you can do 1 fall, brawl, or tournament. 1 fall is you pin them or you count them out. That's it. Tournament, you have to keep going through a tournament until you've beaten everyone in the tournament. So what is brawl exactly? Brawl is just there's no ref. So you can take them outside and just keep hitting them and hitting them with a chair. That's really the only difference, because the only place that you can do something like that would be outside the ring. So it really means no count out, I would say, right?
That's
really
correct.
So that's it. But we're going to do 1 fall. Why not? You know, we don't need to
go into these other modes because they haven't really changed anything except for adding brawl to this.
Yeah, that's it. So 1 fall. Now, the middle is 6. You know, you can do very easy or very hard. I think we'll do either 6 or 7, right? That's a good...
I'd say leave it at 6 because, remember, the difficulty spikes in this game without warning.
All right, we will do difficulty 6. That way we'll show you a complete, not easy, not hard, just a regular gameplay in this. So you can have the computer choosing opponent or me choosing opponent. I'm going to have the computer pick because it really doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's cool they gave this option because remember, in the original Super Nintendo version, you did not have the option to choose your opponent. So computer can choose it. So now we're going to listen to some of the themes. We have Randy Savage. Pomp and Circumstance Festival.
Of course, cuz. Next one. Only thing is you have to wait for it a minute to load, which is actually kind of funny for a cartridge.
Yes. This sounds very good.
No, it's the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's not the NES anymore, folks. Okay, here we go. Who is next? We have Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, and it's The Undertaker, the dead man himself. Cue the organ.
I will say I think this sounds a little bit better than the first one, too.
It does. It's 2 years later or 2.5 years later. They definitely have made some improvements on the Super Nintendo. This is music-wise. The game is pretty much the same thing with some bells and whistles. But
it's
the music,
LJN, folks.
Yeah.
What do you expect? They love to rinse, wash, repeat.
That's right. It's the LJN special. They did that on the N64 too. Acclaim, don't forget. All right, let's see who else is in the game. Ah, the Hitman. Excellence in Execution. Bret Hart. Huh? That sounds great.
Oh, yeah, this actually sounds like his music.
Yeah.
Well, let's head to the next one.
Ah, Tatanka, the Native American. Alright, that is the thing.
Sad thing was, I remember when he came out, I actually kind of liked his character, but...
They didn't really do anything with him. He was like a mid-tier wrestler, you know?
Yeah, I know. They tried pushing him to high tier. They made him go heel.
Ah, Crush, former member of Demolition. He has a cool thing. He was also a mid-tier wrestler.
Yeah, but he actually had a much longer career than...
Well, he went evil, remember? Evil.
And that worked good for him. And then he went over to WCW.
Yes. Ah, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. He just left as this game came out, by the way.
I think it's actually kind of funny that they're putting trademarks next to him, but Ric Flair's his actual name. You can't trademark a person's actual name.
I think it just means you can't use it for anything without permission. You know, you can't, like, put...
Oh, we found one that doesn't sound that good.
What's that?
Doesn't sound that good in this.
Well, wait till they pick up. Yeah, let's see. Isn't that the 2001 Space Odyssey?
Doesn't really sound like it. That's why I said this one's not that good.
Alright, let's see who else is in the game. Ah, Shawn Michaels. Heartbreak Kid. No singing.
Well, of course.
Is it him singing or his manager? We don't know which version it is.
Yeah. Very good, this rendition.
Yeah.
Next one.
Ah, Oyame Chico, Razor Lenormand.
A little subdued.
Who else is Ah, Yokozuna, the big man.
I just love from Polynesia. That means just...
Generic Polynesia. He's from somewhere.
Funny thing is, Yokozuna is the title given to the champion sumo wrestlers, which is kind of funny.
Well, Hihano was a Yokozuna. Ah, Lex Luger, the narcissist.
Ah, so we got him right before his little stint as a face.
That's right. This is still his heel run here. It sounds good.
Oh, yeah, it's alright.
Ah, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
One of my favorite heels of all time.
Everyone's got a price. Everyone's gonna pay.
So, you know what? Not bad. Most of the songs came out pretty good.
That's everyone in the game. So it's a one-on-one, we can pick anyone. We'll just start with Yokozuna. We'll do the bonsai drop, right?
Okay, if you want to go for it.
Wait, I want his music. There we go. Yokozuna against... Ah, this is an interesting match. Against Lex Luger, alright. Tonight's match, Yokozuna versus the Narcissist in a one-fall match. So it's a weird, like, book or a magazine of some sort, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's so... Yeah, it might be a program.
Oh, yeah, you look at the wrestling program.
That's what it looks like. It's like the wrestling program.
Alright, so here we go. Like you said, like we said, it's going to look pretty much like Super WrestleMania.
And I tell you what, Yokozuna ain't nearly as fat as he should be.
Wow, 500 pounds. He's looking pretty trim, yeah. You can stop him still. So I'll show you how to do the... Yeah, here's the meter, and you got to push fast, but the computer pushes just as fast as you, so it's kind of like a draw, yeah. So you push X to lock up, and there you go, and I threw him over.
We also have to be aware, they added in this version that if you push A, well, guess what? You disengage. So it's... If you start smashing all your buttons at once, it's not going to work.
No. So, what is it? The A button pounds him, kicks him.
And by the way, folks, the reason we're able to show you all these game modes is because look how fast this is going, folks.
Yeah, he's already down to half energy.
Now, this game was meant to be played with friends, but by yourself, if you put it too high, here's what's going to happen, folks. As when we were practicing to get back in the feel of this game, they'll just automatically win every single lockup, and you'll have to do what Ramses is doing here and just beat the crap out of them. Don't let them touch you. If they touch you, they're going to win. That's just the rule when you get to higher difficulties.
Oh, too far. Alright, we gotta get him closer. Oh, still too far. Oh, I did it.
There you go. You just have to stand next to it to do it.
Yes.
All right, pinning.
1, 2, 3.
That's how you do the bonsai draw.
And by the way, the special move in all these is involving the R button.
That's right. Here is your winner, Yokozuna.
As you can see, they still have Bobby Heenan and, of course, Vince McMahon in the background doing
That's right,
commentary.
So that was just a regular match. So now let's show you a tag match. Why not? Got some time here. Tag match. So you can do 2 against the computer, which is a cool option, actually, if you both want to team up. But we'll do... let's just do a brawl. Like I said, it won't make a difference. We'll do brawl, same difficulty. I'm going to choose the opponents, because maybe we can find some... Now, there's no tag teams in this game. That's the one downside. There's actually no tag teams at all here. Like, they don't have IRS. They don't have Hogan for Sarahs. You know, there's no tag team. So what do you want to do? Undertaker?
Well, just choose whatever you want. At this point, some of these are almost nigh impossible to get off. Even though all I have to do is hit R, a lot of them require stunning.
We'll use Bret Hart.
And if you stun...
And Tatanka.
You have to sit there and literally just kick them until they get stunned. There's no other way to stun them than just by punching or kicking until they're stunned. And when they get to no health, you just knock them down. They don't stun anymore. So you can only do it while they have life.
Yeah. And we'll go with... Okay. So who did I pick here? Bret Hart, Tatanka versus... Yeah, that's a pretty good match. Bret Hart and Tatanka versus Shawn Michaels and Mr. Perfect in Tag Team Mayhem.
Well, I tell you what, the only one out of their league is Tatanka here.
You think so?
Very much so.
You notice how they got rid of all the introduction stuff? Like, they don't tell you, you know, from here.
And as you can see, it's just as it is. Just like the first one. Although I say not Bret Hart, but Shawn Michaels looks a little bit better. His hair's like a little blonder.
Get on the rope? No, you can only get on the outside ropes, by the way, see? Only do that.
Yep. Has to be the top ones. Can't do the bottom.
Let's try. There we go.
Go into Tonka.
You push B to tag, folks. B. This game is better than a lot of the other 60-bit games we've been doing so far, I have to be honest.
It's actually wrestling.
It's wrestling. It works. I mean, are the moves limited? Yes. Is it very simplistic? Yes. Is it a little too easy? Yes. You know, I mean, there are definitely issues with this game.
Oh, you can even see Hulkamaniacs in the background. That's actually pretty cool. With the yellow shirts.
Oh, yeah, that is cool. So you fight. When this happens, you're both pushing the button. And there we go. Oh. And then you break it up. So that's the problem with the whole meter thing. You know, it's silly.
Well, it's a little bit better to tell who's winning with that.
Alright, he's got a tag.
And Tatanka takes a nap.
Oh, he headbutted me. Oh no, that's you.
Yeah, it's because you chose Brawl.
Well, that's okay.
It's a brawl, man!
Yeah, he finally hit that. Alright, let's go tag.
Now let's run you over. There we go. In comes the
And you do
Hitman.
heal, by the way. You notice how he has his health there.
Yeah, so it means you're going to just choose somebody and knock the crap out of them, then do the... You could have done the sharpshooter, maybe.
Oh, you have to be in the red.
Oh, in red? Oh, okay.
Nope. Did I try the sharpshooter? Nope.
Yep.
Right.
Not yet. Gotta knock him down a little bit more.
That's how
Oops,
you
he
run
pushed
into
the
him.
wrong button.
Let's try it now. Nope.
Huh.
Oh, I choked on that. Oh, so that's how you. So some of the moves are done when they're like that.
Try the bottom. So get him out of the corner.
All right, let's move him up a little bit. Yeah, he might be a little too.
Because you have to turn him. Oh.
Oh well.
There we go. I don't remember the regeneration being that fast. There we go.
Oh, come on.
That's why you should never do it. It's to set you up for hitting the mat. Although I like the fact that when he does the clothesline, he sticks out both arms. He's like T-posing. Face rake!
Yeah, I go.
Choking is always good. As you can see, folks, this is pretty basic. And that's sad that for a 16-bit game like this, that this is
Got
considered,
it.
you know, great. I just want to point this out. Looks like he's humping his butt.
All right, now I can bring Tatanka in.
Just keep kicking him in the jimmy, buddy.
Uh-oh, he's got me. Nope. Ugh.
Just keep kicking him in the penny. Otherwise, it will never end, because apparently the regeneration in this game is obscene. He ran up? He's changing planes.
Oh boy, here we go again.
I told you, if you don't finish them, they just end it. He said, I had enough of that. There you go. Oh, you must have knocked him out or something.
Yeah, in a brawl, you just... Oh, that's why I couldn't pin. You have to just defeat...
Okay, that's why they gave them such high levels of regeneration.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, folks, we told you the wrong information. Brawl just means beat them until they are passed out. Bret Hart and Tatanka take the no-holds-barred victory when Mr. Perfect submits. Alright, so now we don't need to show the three-way. That's pretty much the same thing. I think we'll just go right to Royal Rumble, right?
Absolutely. We did a triple tag with this before in the first one, and the way it works is whatever order you choose them is the order they come in.
There we go. Alright, so who am I going to use in the Royal Rumble? Someone fun that we haven't seen yet, right?
Use
Ric
Ted
Flair, of course, right?
Yeah, Ric Flair or Ted DiBiase. So don't do Ric Flair. I met Ric Flair. Pretty cool dude. They had the kill me look, but that's what happens when you live fast.
That's it.
Date faster women, or date fast, no, what's to say? Drive fast cars and faster women.
Here we go. Oh, wow, look at him. What do you
That is not the most flattering wrestling picture I've ever seen.
Ric Flair takes on all comers in the Royal Rumble match. Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can get an early win here.
Nope.
Facing the wrong way.
Are they supposed to be facing towards it?
Oh, thanks for that. I'll let you out. Ah.
You gotta be like literally right next or closer to it.
Yeah.
Being in the center of the ring's not... See, you're always in the center of the ring, but... Problem is, there's so many people on the screen that you can't get them to the edge doing it that way. That works.
I don't care, as long as they're eliminated, I'm happy.
But the key here is you have to use B. B is the hip toss out of the ring, or B to throw them into the ring, and then when they're close to you, you hit B. But the problem is, there's a wall on this ring, if you haven't figured it out, folks.
Yes. Ugh, and then this happens all the time, too.
Well, yeah, you throw them not in the direction you want them to go. They go... I almost got Sean out. Like, you're doing plenty of hip tosses, but you're just throwing him into the center of the ring.
Yes,
which is actually kind of funny. They are beating the crap out of each other.
This is total mayhem.
Yes, it is. There we go. Just walk around, choke people. It looked like you could have done it because your meter turned green. Oh God. Somebody got thrown out. There you go. On, dead man. There we go.
Right.
So you have to be facing away from the ring's edge. I guess that's what it looked like, but...
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's all I can say.
It's an LJN game. What do you expect?
Yes.
Like, you should have already thrown, like, most people out by now.
Yes.
I love the fact you just throw yourself into a... Or you have to be a little closer to the edge whenever you...
Go for a figure four.
Just because you can?
Yep.
Make him wish that he wasn't in the game.
Nope.
But I love that, you know, in the other game, they wanted to stay right next to you at all times. In this one, it's just like, yeah, who cares? Too low, I guess. Maybe. But,
What about the...
well, you're still too far from me.
Let's go for another figure.
I definitely weakened him down. Remember, it's B. I love the fact they do this stabbing up and down where you're choking them. That would hurt if Yokozuna did that to you.
Oh, Lord.
Yep, you have to go at least to the bottom of the F. Oh, here we go. See, that makes no sense. You were always at that height, and you just threw him out. It makes no sense. Oh, I see the end of this. There we go. I think Crush is dead. Ric Flair, I don't think can do that. Yeah, Crush is... If you can knock him down with one hit, that means they are dead to the world. I will put the figure 4 on him.
Yeah, let's wake him.
I think he's probably about dead. Okay. You're just now running back and forth because you're hitting buttons. Oh. Yeah!
Oof. That was not easy, folks.
That was a very, very tough game. And Minji's like, hey, there he is. Yeah, I'm right here. Look at me. I'm awesome.
Alright, so I showed you who you eliminated. That's cool. Ric Flair, the Royal Rumble champion.
That's right. With his crappy rendition of his theme song.
Oh, that was fun. So that was pretty much Super Nintendo's version of Royal Rumble, WWF Royal Rumble. And now we're going to show you the differences in the Sega Genesis. Now, remember, it has 3 buttons, and it might allow the 6. We'll see, because it's a later game. I wonder if they allow the 6-button controller. We'll find out in a moment. We'll try that out, and then we'll see the differences, and then we'll compare both games and have a fun little discussion on which version's better. I think the Super Nintendo's going to control better, but I wonder if the roster is going to be that much better than the Genesis. Well, stay tuned.
Well, the roster is definitely better on the Genesis. It's just the gameplay. That was the problem with the original version of the first WWF Super WrestleMania, was the controls on the Genesis just sucked.
Yeah, very true. All right, with that all being said, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Poses. Hello, everybody! And now we are going to take a look at the Genesis version of WWF Royal Rumble. The 16-bit wrestling extravaganza continues. We already showed you 16-bit Super Nintendo. Let's see how the Genesis version matches up, because there are actually some changes in the Genesis version.
So, the biggest changes that we're going to talk about is with the roster, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You have a much stronger good guy, aka face list, on this version than you do on the other one.
True, they had better faces on this version than the Super Nintendo. I just find it strange that they have Ted DiBiase on the Super Nintendo and they have IRS on the Genesis, so you can't do Money Inc. no matter what you do because they separated from some unknown reason. And I know Hogan was in the process of leaving here, but it just seems strange to me that the Genesis version is going to have Hogan and the Super Nintendo's not. It's like the biggest name in wrestling. We're going to just throw in one version.
Especially when you could have Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna from WrestleMania 9.
Or Ric Flair. Yeah, you had Ric Flair in this game. You could have had Ric Flair versus Hogan. Ric Flair left, so that makes sense. So good roster on the Genesis, but you just somehow wish they could mix all this together, because then you would have like the ultimate roster for this game.
Now, as we said before with the Super Nintendo version, we practiced a little bit before we played it so we could put on a good show for you, and I have terrible news for you all. This version still suffers the same problems as from the original version of this on Genesis, as in, if the computer locks up with you, it's going to win 9 times out of 10. And we're going to prove this to you by doing this on difficulty 4. We showed you we did difficulty 6 on Super Nintendo. We're showing you we're going to do it on 4 and watch what happens.
So a good addition to this one on the Genesis is finally they're in the future. Yes, the 6-button Genesis controller is compatible with this game, meaning moves that require 2 buttons to do now could be done with 1 button. The upper level, the buttons, the X, Y, Z buttons now have usage in this game, so that makes your life much easier, because a lot of these moves require A, B, B, C, you know, you have to do all these button combinations. Not anymore. Now you have a 6-button controller, and it makes it easier, but don't get too excited. The controls still really suck in this game compared to the Super Nintendo version.
So, Ramses, go ahead and start with a one-on-one so we can show the differences.
The same modes are found in this one, so that's not different. Like in the previous, they had different modes. This is the same. One-on-one, tag team, triple tag team, and Royal Rumble. Yes, we will start with one-on-one. We're going to show you the whole roster. It's fun to hear some of the themes, and on that beautiful Sega Genesis sound chip, oh boy, you got to hear what these renditions are like. So here we go. One-on-one, of course, 1 player. 1 fall is fine. We'll put on difficulty 4, just because the moves are harder in this game to pull off. And then the computer can pick it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. All right, so who do we have first? Macho Man Randy Savage. Let's hear his theme. Oh, that doesn't sound so bad for a Genesis version of
Honestly, it sounds superior.
Yeah, it kind of has like an orchestra to it. Oh, that little power to it.
Yeah,
right?
it's like they had, I don't know, their sound guy on Nintendo sleeping, because when we compared these before in the original versions of this game in Super WrestleMania, the Genesis was by far the worst rendition.
Absolutely. All right, so off to a good start. I like the Savage theme. Let's see who's next. Bret the Hitman Hart, excellent execution. Let's hear how his theme is. Not bad. I think the Super Nintendo might have been a little better than that one.
I would argue that this, you can actually hear the reverb and stuff in this, so it actually sounds, I think, better for once.
It's off key a little bit.
Well,
that's because of Genesis.
And it's also because it's MIDI music. You can't get the same tones. But let's go on and check out some of our new ones. Let's go ahead and see how they did Hogan.
Ah, yes. So he is exclusive to the Genesis game. Let's hear how it sounds. Ah, a little weird sounding, yeah.
Well, we can't compare it to the others because he's only on.
No, he's not in the other. Compared to Super WrestleMania, though.
But I don't know.
This kind of like has a piano sound to it,
but it sounds good. You can actually hear it. There's different tones. It's not dry. I actually like this one. I'm going to say that you like the music. The music's going to be better on the Genesis for once, which is incredibly weird since Nintendo's known to have the better sound.
Now, do you think that's his real picture, or did they place the head on a muscular body?
I think that's him. It's just the lights reflecting off his baby-oiled body.
I remember Interview Hogan was making fun of the fact that Andre hated anyone that had the oil on him. Remember that interview that Hogan?
Well, that's because his hands would slip off.
Yes, he didn't like that. All right, so Hogan's in it. We're probably going to use Hogan. We always use Hogan in every game.
Well, he's our hero.
Yes, so let's see what else we got. Ah, the dead man himself. Oh, there it is. Oh, that sounds like the organ.
Oh, that sounds much better. Like I said, I think we've shown you what it's like this Genesis is actually superior with the sound on this. And we've shown you plenty of these. And the Undertaker's usually the one that sounds the worst because they can't get
that organ sound right. Yeah, so that's very good. Do we have another? Oh, Crush, he was in the other. We'll just play a little sample. He has that upbeat song. Let's see how they do it. Oh, it's not as good. No, I think the Super Nintendo is better on this one. Yes, this is not as rockin' as the Super Nintendo.
We'll go over to Hacksaw since we got the two new faces.
Oh, here he is, Jim. They call him just Jim Duggan. I like that. This is the song that they started using around this time. Yeah. Do you even remember his thing? They barely used it.
Well, that's that he had his run. And they're like, "Nope, get out." We're like,
yeah, they pretty much left too around this time. Yeah.
But it wasn't. He did.
Oh yeah, this was the ho, the song where you're going ho,
Yeah.
and he would wave the American flag, USA. Well,
not as good.
Yeah,
but it's not the MIDI's fault. It's just that song does not translate.
Yeah, they gave him a very basic song too.
Yeah, it does not translate.
They didn't really care about. Ah, Lex Luger. He has that.
The narcissist. I love it. It's just the narcissist.
The narcissist. They don't call him Lex Luger. Yeah, he has that. I don't know, what would you call that? That old school song?
Yeah.
Classical.
They tried their hardest to make.
Oh, they were pushing him hard. It just did not work. And then they tried to make him the American hero. We went through that story away. Lex Luger's run in the WWF.
You see, I actually liked him when they pushed him as a face. I really did like him as a face.
I know, but everyone was leaving around that time, so he didn't have anyone to go against. Remember, the roster was so bare around that time. Everyone left for WCW.
Now here's one where I'll say that I don't think this was good. This one I don't think was quite as good as the
Super Nintendo version?
Super Nintendo, but as you said, it's all in how you hear. Yeah. It's subjective.
It is subjective.
But I still hold that for the most part, the Genesis got more of it right than the Super Nintendo.
Alright, so you're saying Genesis does, you can't do that on Nintendo?
For this, yes.
Genesis does.
But
do that on Nintendo.
Go ahead, choose Hogan.
No, wait, we have more people. Do you know the Heartbreak Kid is in this game?
Yeah, he was in the other one, and we listened to his music too.
I think he's sexy.
Shush, you know the rules. I'm going to stick you with this fork that I have in my hand here. You don't choose Hogan here.
Up and down my spine, he's just a sexy boy, sexy boy.
That's it.
Ah!
You got forked.
Ah, well, this is a new player.
Yes.
I am Amado.
He didn't go very far. This is sort of like his last big...
Hurrah, yes. Yeah, this is, he's another one they tried to push, and it just didn't. They tried, they really did, but who cares? I guess this was a very free... He turned on who? Tito Santana, right?
Yes.
And then they tried to push him as this very arrogant... And he had some big feuds, it just... I don't know, it just didn't work. They tried. And even the song is forgettable. This sounds like something in a bad video game. Who else is in it? Ah, your favorite, Papa Shango.
Oh, he was fun. He was like Kamala. I liked him
you
too.
Hear the drums?
This is another one that does not translate.
Nah, this song is hard to do in 16-bit rendition. So where is he from? Parts unknown. Shoulder breaker. All right. I think we have another. Ah, the Oyame Chico. Reza Ramon.
It's not bad. Let's head on to the next one.
Ah, IRS. Which theme are they going to use? Let's see.
Did they use the typewriter in the
NES version?
Yeah.
Oh, they're using DiBiase's song because they were Money Inc. at this time. That's right.
And it saves them time because they can just use the one from Nintendo.
Yes. All right, so that is every character in this version, and of course, it's no secret who we're using. You know, every game that has them, we got to at least highlight them once or twice in the game. So
oh, absolutely.
Let's get his theme loaded. That's right. And what you're gonna do, Vesper, when Ramsis and his 2-inch pythons come for you, right?
Sneeze on you and blow you away.
Alright, let's see how Hogan plays in this. Alright, and who are we going against? Ah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Well, that's a match you never would really see.
Now, guys, you're going to notice something here very quickly when Hogan and Jim Duggan here locks up. Ramsey's lock up a couple of times. We know how to win.
Okay. Some pushing and they got. I'm pushing hard. Nope, they got the advantage. Pushing. No. You can hear me pushing, right, folks? Well, that one I was able to hold.
Well, you hit the A button, which breaks
Cancels it. Yeah.
By the way, folks, you see what Ramses is doing here? This is the only way
Get the advantage.
to get the advantage. And remember, you'll eventually win one, but you're going to be dead by that time. You have to literally just use your kicks and punches. The Super Nintendo version is what you want to play if you want to play against the computer. Now, here you have to literally...
Oh, that was nice.
Well, here on this one, as I was saying, this is more of a two-player type game. You can't beat the computer if you want to do actual wrestling.
He got it.
But I also don't want to point out something to you all as well. I think the graphics here on this are quite a bit better than the Super Nintendo because they're crisper, they're bolder. I mean, they still have the same exact type of background with the fans, and they still have Vince McMahon and Bobby Heenan there doing their thing. So it's, I think, graphically slightly better.
There's a leg drop.
But it also has the same problems as the Super Nintendo version. You missed with your leg drop. You literally just jumped on the ground. There you go. Now, that one's much better if you do it from the top rope. Pin him. That's not pinning him.
Alright, let's try that again. Let's go for another finisher.
B and C. B and C. As you can see, folks.
Oh, well, we're out. Here we go.
Oh, wow, he's just killing you down there.
Try to get the chair.
Yep. He got the chair all right.
Yep, let's get the chair.
Oh, if you get counted out to 10, that'll be hilarious. B and C.
There we go. Alright, so after the 100th try, it finally worked. Ooh.
That's why two buttons do not work on something like this.
No.
Ah, here comes Mean Gene. Look at him, guys. It's the Hulkster. But I want to point this out to you. Notice this was on difficulty 4. He could not win a single grappling.
No, you gotta have turbo, and I don't want to do that because that's not realistic to what the game would play like. But if you had a turbo option on your controller, you could probably hold your own with it. But you shouldn't need something like that to hold your own, you know?
Yeah, and I love the fact they show you how badly you lose in this now.
Yes.
At least in the original version of this, in the Super WrestleMania, Ramses was actually able to win a tie-up or two on difficulty 4.
Yes, sir.
Not this one.
Well, we're going to show you something we didn't show in the Super Nintendo version, because now that's what we were saying for. We wanted something different that we didn't do in the other version, so we can show you complete. We're not going to do a Royal Rumble. You see how hard it is to grapple? Imagine trying to throw them. It's not going to work. You can do it 1 out of 5 times, maybe, if you're lucky. So a 20% average to get moves on, that's not that much fun for a Royal Rumble.
And also, it still has the same problem of Super Nintendo in the fact that if you don't stand in the center of the ring, you're just going to hit a brick wall and they won't bounce off.
Yeah, so we'll do the 3-on-3 here, and I'll actually pick opponents. That way we get to see different people. Alright, so we'll do the 1 fall, and I'll do difficulty 4 again. And I'm going to pick the opponents, like I said, so we can have some different... So we already used the great one, Hogan. Thank you. Undertaker, no. We want new characters. Yep, Jim Duggan. Let's get his theme loaded up. There we go. Alright, and you already used him. Yep, we'll take the model, right?
I guess in Papa Shango.
You don't want IRS?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, IRS.
We'll have Papa Shango on the other two.
Yeah, make him the first
I want to hear
one.
the money. I want to hear the... You know they're calling him Trillionaire Ted now? Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, that was on that wonderful NWO Hulk Hogan that you bought.
Yes.
Buy enough of them, make Ted DiBiase the trillionaire.
Let's find.
I guess inflation happened since the 80s.
I know he's now a trillionaire. All right, Undertaker, Papa Shango. Right, we want to make a bad guy team. Right?
Yeah.
Even though we have bad guys on our team.
Well, bad guy is such a strong word.
The bad guy. That means we have to use Razor and we have to use Papa Shango. There it is. All right, the bad guy. All right, so it's Duggan, Martel, and IRS. So really, Duggan's the only face in all this?
Well, the reason he's a bad guy is because he faced off against Hulk Hogan. So,
that's right. So now he got reduced to heel.
So now
status.
he's a heel status.
All right, so the heel on a heel match here. So let's see how this goes. So this is gonna be is the right word fun?
This should be interesting.
All right, here we go.
Now remember,
the Duggan versus Undertaker. I don't think he would have much of a chance. Oh, here we go for
remember, you have to use those stupid tactics because it's this game.
Hey, he's going for the pin.
I love how you don't have 3 people in the ring. You just have.
I know they don't have enough gravity. You got to switch them by pushing the. I think it's the start button or select button. One of those switches. Yeah.
This is what happens.
I'm pushing A to try to cancel it. There we go.
I love the only way you can win is when you push A. Have you noticed that?
Yes. Oh, I got one. I tell you, 1 out of 5 times you're gonna get it.
You did one, now it's time for him to win like 20 of them.
They're cheating. Now let's go get someone else in here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's the model.
Now he's running
away.
trade.
All right, Papa.
Oh, look, I forgot the regeneration's so strong.
Yeah.
Where you going?
If I can pick up the chair this time. I did it. All right, I picked up the chair, folks.
I thought you kicked the ref in the gonads there.
So while this looks better and in some cases sound better, the Super Nintendo is the way to go, folks.
The gameplay here is just too rough. You cannot grapple at all, even if you wanted to.
I mean, you win sometimes.
You win sometimes, but this is on difficulty 4, and you're mashing your fingers so much. I love how you just jumped down there for him.
And Duggan got beat up too. Almost. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you go beat him. I'm getting the chair. Oh, he's a coward.
Well, he knows you're going for the chair.
Right,
I also love the fact you weren't getting counted out. Did you notice that too?
Let's see. How do you change? Oh, there he is. You push the other button on there. Ooh, he just tossed you like a sack of bricks.
Yeah. Oh, you are getting counted out. Never mind. I thought you were.
How do I go down?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, good. Thanks. See, now that's what makes it fun when you do the double teaming and stuff. Let's get you back in here by accident. Well, that's all right.
All right, he's going to give you.
Take it fully regenerated. And now there's no time limit in this, by the way. So
this could last forever. You could literally just keep regenerating forever. So you have to sit here and beat them up. Getting them outside is not the way to go, as you saw. You gotta sit there and kick them and punch them until they fall over.
Oh, come on. See Bobby's reaction behind.
He's like, oh my god!
Oh my god, he's kicking him in the groin. This is terrible.
Yeah, this is terrible, alright.
Don't run.
Like I said.
I almost had it. I did it. Whew.
No, you
Into
didn't.
the ropes. I didn't do it. Alright, Razor Ramon. Alright, I can play that game too. Get a fully regenerated IRS, yeah?
As you can see, folks, this is going to be a grind.
Pushing every button! Yes! Yes! This game's not bad. It's actually fun, but the Super Nintendo, just the controls are better. But the game itself is not bad. I actually enjoy this, you know?
Well, I mean, the problem is look how hard you're trying to play this. It's not like you're having fun with the game. It's like you're trying to overcome the wall that is the controls of this game. That's the problem.
There we go.
Could be. Yeah.
They're tagging me? I mean, pinning me?
I just try to go for the pin, otherwise this is going to go on forever. At least you're not losing life. He just gave you hugs.
Oh, la. Alright.
I'd say that's honestly a big fault of both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis is the regeneration is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't mind a little generation. A little is fine, but full generation is kind of power gamey to me.
Yep. And look, you swish your mouse, so if you have to trade, you get a full Undertaker.
Wow.
Or mostly full Undertakers. You almost had him beat the last time.
Pushing everyone. Try to get into the oh, but this is a game is.
Oh, you say you were having fun. Are you changing your mind here, Ramses?
No, only because we played some much worse than this on the 16-bit. So, right?
Yes, we have.
So I have to give it a little bit of credit for it. All right, I'm gonna tag too. Let's get
Look at that. He was almost at full health. Or I mean, he was almost defeated. Now he's almost at half health.
Oh, we're gonna do our best. That's all I can do. Try to get the Boston Crab here. He has too much health, probably.
Right,
so,
you have to get him down to the very, I guess, pink in this. In Super Nintendo, it was the red, but in this one, it's the
here
pink.
it is.
Oh, no. I guess you did. Oh, wow, look at that.
All right, let's go.
Defend.
Almost.
Got game to nothing. There you go. Now pinning.
There we go. We won.
Yeah, wherever you can't get up, I guess they won't let him in.
There we go.
That was a slog.
That was sure was, but we won.
I was going to say, did it bug out? Or is it... So we see some problems here with this game.
Yes. Jim Duggan, the model, and IRS win when the model pins Papa Shango.
Beautiful, right?
Alright, so that was the Genesis version, and now we'll do our happy recap talking about both versions and our final thoughts. So hold on, let's get everything set up here. Alright, so that was WWF Royal Rumble, the 16-bit version found on the Super Nintendo and Genesis. And as was the case with WWF Super WrestleMania, both versions have pros and cons that make some things better and some things worse. It's still pretty much the same game, and it'd be nice if they could mix all these options together again. It's pretty much the same exact problems that Super WrestleMania had. You wish that the options that are found here are here, and there's stuff from here or here, but that's not how it is. You get differences with each version.
And the biggest differences is basically the gameplay. Yes, the graphics looked better on Genesis, but it didn't save the game. The moves were harder to do. The gameplay was just nigh impossible. You had to set up a 6-button controller to do some of these moves, by the way. And you saw how hard it was to pin, where almost every single one of these on the Super Nintendo was just one button. To do backbreakers and other things, you have to hit a certain set of buttons at the right time from the right grapple position, and it gets kind of cryptic. Also, on the Genesis, if you're doing one-on-one, you are not going to win a grapple unless you set it to like difficulty 1 or 2.
Yeah, they make it very hard, and we didn't want to play 1 or 2 because, you know, that's no fun. So at least we showed you winning sometimes, and we showed you what it looked like, and at least we got the finishers off. So it's not bad, it's just you're not gonna have the same ease that you're having with the Super Nintendo, where it's just push fast on one of the buttons and you should be able to win it. Here, no, that's not exactly how it works. You gotta really get lucky. And that's the same problem that WWF Super WrestleMania on the Genesis had, so they pretty much use the same engine. And don't forget, this was made by Flying Edge, who sort of was a company working in behalf of Acclaim to make games for the Genesis and computer and other systems. So it's it's the same thing but a little different. So that's why there's some vague differences in the Super Nintendo and Genesis version.
And this is all tainted by LJN from start to finish, so don't expect much from it.
No, exactly. This is another one of their wonderful works under the Acclaim name, by the way. They're owned by Acclaim, but still LJN is LJN. So I'm going to say it's still good. I mean, the game is still fun. I like the Super Nintendo version hands down over the Genesis. Not even a contest. I don't like the roster as much, though. I actually like the roster on the Genesis version better. You have Duggan and Hogan.
And IRS.
And IRS, which makes a very big difference over Yokozuna, Perfect, and Ted DiBiase. I mean, but Ric Flair is on the Super Nintendo. That's the cool part.
So my two favorite there on Nintendo was Ric Flair and Ted DiBiase, while my two favorite on this one was Hacksaw and Hogan.
Right, so you wish they could mix some together, but alas, that was not how it was to be. So I'm going to say good, better than Super WrestleMania, definitely. But again, it's an LJN game, so we're saying, wow, took the same engine and just like added some bells and whistles to it. That's pretty much what this version is. Plus the Royal Rumble, which is fun. I showed you winning it on the Super Nintendo version, so that's a fun mode too. Again, we're getting there. We'll see how the next one is when we get down the line. There's actually a third one that LJN made in the line here.
But the problem here with all this is the fact that Royal Rumble, even on Super Nintendo, is just too hard. Ramses had to practice a lot for it, and then he got lucky and won somehow when we did the recording of it. So it's a very, very difficult version that makes it almost impossible if you put it on higher difficulties, because they will double, triple, and quadruple team you.
That's what the turbo button on your controller was invented for, those higher difficulties, pretty much. And that's what I would do. You know, I think I had the Aki Super Nintendo Turbo controller growing up, and I think that made my life a little better when you needed that turbo. And I don't want to say turbo's cheating, but at least it equalizes it. It makes it so that you have just as much a chance as the computer to win on the higher difficulty.
And that's always the problem with button mashing games. That's what turbo buttons were made for, was for these stupid button mashing games, because it wears your hand out, it hurts your hand, and if you play a button mashing game too long, you're like, I'm done, I can't play more games because your hand hurts.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'm going to say it's pretty similar to Super WrestleMania, just it's like one iota better. So whatever we said about Super WrestleMania, put like a little half on top of this, because this improved things about 1/2 to 1 star. We'll decide that you'll have to tune in to see what we wind up giving this, but it's a little better. So if you want a better version of Super WrestleMania, have I got the game for you? Royal Rumble on the Super Nintendo or the Genesis, with the Super Nintendo controls being much better than the Genesis, and that's where I give the Super Nintendo version the edge.
And if you want the best versions of any wrestling game, go to the N64.
But we already did a retrospective on all the games on the N64.
And I'm telling you, if you want much better versions, go to the N64.
Right, yeah,
play this game, go, my hand is throbbing. I want to play a real wrestling game. Play some NWO versus WCW World Tour. Play some No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000. This is just a wonderful spotlight in the fact this is where wrestling games came from that made the N64 version so good.
Yeah, this is the start, and you're like, oh, that's nice. They all have the same moves except for their finisher, which is hard to pull off sometimes anyway. But besides that, it's just swap palette is all this comes off as, besides the signature move and that you have music. So you're getting there, and that's why we're showing this. We want to show you what was in this fun late 80s, early 90s period when they were doing wrestling games on these systems. It was getting better. Not all the games are. We've shown you some duds, but it was getting there. This felt like, oh, this does feel like you're using the wrestlers. Oh, it has the atmosphere. Oh, it has the moves, but not quite there yet. They do get it right in the N64, which is going to be coming shortly up after this, and we already showed you a retrospective, so of course, check it out. All right, I think that's going to end it for our look back at WWF Royal Rumble on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis from 1993.
So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
ring that bell. And we have a lot more on the way. We're still only about halfway through our 60-bit retrospective, and I know you're wondering, Ramsis, where are you finding all the games? Believe me, I found 12 games, and I'm not going to say they're all pretty, but they are all 12 wrestling 60-bit games, and that's all you need to worry about. We'll have another one for you next month. You definitely don't want to miss it. Like Vester said, hit that subscribe button, comment, and we look forward to bringing a lot more in the future. So stay tuned to find out what we wound up giving this in our final ratings. I can't wait myself. Let's see. Here it is, and we gave it a